Well, hello again, friends and neighbors from around the world. Said hi here again with another sermon from the Church of High Thoughts. And today we're going to cover the positive aspects of deism and how it relates to the commonalities. And I guess before I get started on it, I'd like to comment about colonial America at the time. So deism started roughly in the 17th century, which before the Revolutionary War, that kind of thing, Renaissance, Enlightenment, all of those things were going on. But what I found interesting in reading about all these religions and things going on, I've read in multiple books that there were like over 900 different Christian denominations in the colonies at around this time. And I just find it amazing that how a religion that started with one person, one focal point, and what I would say is the commonalities, and I will show that later on in the Christian video, but how it had 900 different denominations in the colonial, what would become the United States. So, with that, I just wanted to go ahead and jump into deism because that was also springing up close to this time. All right, having said all that, I guess we will jump into the positive aspects of deism. All right, deism as a philosophical belief system has several positive aspects that attract adherents. First is rational approach. Deism emphasizes the use of reason and observation of the natural world to understand the existence of a creator. This rational approach can appeal to those who value science and logic. Individual freedom. Deism encourages individuals to seek their own understanding of the divine and does not impose rigid doctrines or dogmas. This allows for personal exploration and freedom of thought. I would say that's very important. Okay. Next, universal ethics. Deists often believe in a set of moral principles that can be discovered through reason rather than relying on specific religious text. This can foster a sense of universal ethics that transcend cultural and religious boundaries. All right, next, rejection of superstition. Deism rejects supernatural occurrences and miracles, focusing instead on the laws of nature and the observable universe. This can promote a more scientifically grounded worldview. All right, next is harmony with science. Deism is compatible with scientific discoveries and advancements. Deists believe that the natural laws discovered by science are a reflection of the Creator's design. I can go along with that, whichever religion even you want to belong to. That seems good. All right, next, respect for diverse beliefs. Okay, that's what I was just kind of saying, wasn't it? Because deism does not adhere to a specific religious doctrine, it can foster respect and tolerance for a wide range of religious and philosophical beliefs. Emphasis on personal responsibility. Oh, that's a biggie. Deists often stress the importance of personal responsibility and ethical behavior, believing that individuals are accountable for their actions without relying on divine intervention. They still need laws and justice and other things to go along with it. But I like that one. All right, next, historical influence. Deism has played a significant role in the development of modern democratic and secular societies, influencing Enlightenment thinkers and the founding principles of various nations, including the United States. All right, I guess I'll pause for a second there if I can get this thing to pause. So I also am reading, again, Thomas Jefferson's Bible. And if you're not familiar with that, every indication is that he was a deist. He was very private about his beliefs, it seems, from all the books that I've read about him and other founding fathers. But they really held deist or humanist principles, which are also included in Christianity because of the commonalities. But I just feel that it is important to point out that what Thomas Jefferson did in his Bible, he basically went through it and took out all the mysticism and all the miracles and those kind of things and just focused on the positive aspects of Jesus's teachings, or I guess all of his teachings. I'd have to read it again, but I think he just went through and left everything in that Jesus was attributed to saying and contemplations on that. And he did it in 4 different languages, which is, pretty amazing. I think it was Greek, Latin, English, and French. I'd have to look in on that. Excellent read if you guys want to look into that one. So let's continue. These aspects makes deism an attractive belief system for those who value reason, individual freedom, and a harmonious relationship between spirituality and science. That's a good combination. All right, next up, how it relates to love and compassion. All right. Humanism. Many deists embrace humanistic values, focusing on the inherent worth and dignity of individuals. This includes treating others with kindness, respect, and empathy. Ethical living. While deism does not provide a detailed ethical code, it encourages individuals to lead virtuous lives based on reason and the pursuit of truth. Acts of love and compassion are consistent with these principles. We'll get into justice and other things later that relate to that, but that's it for now. All right, next, respect for creation. Deists often have a deep respect for the natural world and the Creator. This respect extends to all living beings, promoting a sense of responsibility to care for and show compassion toward others. Boy, don't we need more of that today. Okay. Overall, deism advocates for a rational and ethical approach to life, where love and compassion are seen as natural expressions of human reason and morality. Yeah, I'd go along with all that. That seems pretty good. All right, next of the commonalities is helping the poor. All right, deism as a philosophy emphasizes reason, observation of the natural world, and belief in a creator who does not intervene in human affairs. Because it lacks formal doctrines or moral codes like those found in organized religions, deism doesn't prescribe specific teachings about helping the poor. However, certain principles associated with deism can support the idea. All right. Moral responsibility through reason. Deists believe in using reason to determine ethical behavior. Many deists would argue that helping the poor is a rational and moral action to foster a just and harmonious society. Yeah, I would say so. All right, next, focus on human agency. Since deism rejects the idea of divine intervention, it places responsibility on humans to solve social issues, including poverty. Helping the poor becomes a human-driven moral and practical imperative. That's right. Next up, natural law and equality. Deists value the concept of natural law, which can be interpreted to support the inherent equality and dignity of all people. This perspective can inspire compassion and actions to address social disparities. While deism does not have specific teachings on charity or helping the poor, its emphasis on reason, personal responsibility, and moral virtue aligns with the idea that individuals should act to support and uplift others. Yep. All right, next up of the commonalities, forgiveness. All right. Deism, as a philosophical belief, focuses on the idea of a creator or God who set the universe in motion and established its natural laws, but does not intervene in human affairs. Because of this, deism generally does not offer a structured theological or detailed teachings about concepts like forgiveness. Forgiveness in deism might be viewed as a personal and moral responsibility rather than a divine directive. All right. Deists often emphasize reason, ethics, and individual conscience. Forgiving, therefore, could be understood as an ethical choice necessary for personal growth, reconciliation, and harmony within society rather than a requirement tied to divine intervention or commandments. It's up to individuals to work through forgiveness as part of their rational and moral development. And I guess that, you know, there's a lot to be interpreted there too. Next step of the commonalities, promoting peace and reconciliation. Deism, as a belief system, focuses on reason, natural law, and the idea of a creator who established the universe but does not intervene in human affairs. Since deism does not have a centralized theology or sacred text dictating moral principles, it leaves much of its ethical guidance to individual reasoning and interpretation. When it comes to promoting peace and reconciliation, deism might emphasize the following principles. All right. Reason and rationality. Deists value reason as the guiding principle in human life. I like that one. Promoting peace and reconciliation would align with rational behavior as it contributes to personal well being and societal harmony. Okay. Moral responsibility. Deism encourages individuals to use their conscience and sense of morality, which would naturally lead many to prioritize peace over conflict and seek ways to resolve disputes. Natural order and harmony. Since deism emphasizes the Creator's design of a harmonious universe governed by natural laws, living in harmony with others could be seen as respecting this divine order. Interesting concept, and I can see that. That seems pretty good. While deism does not prescribe specific doctrines about peace and reconciliation, its encouragement of reason and ethical living lays a foundation for individuals to cultivate these values. Yeah, seems pretty good so far. Next up on the commonalities is humility and service to others. Deism, with its focus on reason, natural law, and a non intervening creator, does not have a detailed theological framework for specific virtues such as humility and service to others. However, its philosophical principles encourage these values through personal moral reasoning and reflection. Humility through reason. Deism emphasizes using reason to understand one's place in the vast order of the universe. This recognition of the grandeur of creation can inspire a sense of humility as individuals understand themselves as part of a larger, awe inspiring system. Service as a rational and ethical choice. Deists believe in deriving moral principles from observation of natural nature and reason. Service to others can be viewed as a rational choice to promote societal harmony and mutual well being, which aligns with the natural law and the Creator's design. Human agency and ethical living. Without reliance on divine intervention or commandments, deism places responsibility for ethical living, including humility and service, squarely on the individual. Deists may see these virtues as essential for fostering cooperation and living in accordance with reason. While deism offers no direct scriptural guidance on humility and service, it encourages individuals to use their conscience and intellect to embrace these values as part of leading a virtuous life. And go along with all of that. Next up on the commonalities is mercy. Deism, as a philosophy, focuses on reason, natural law, and belief in a creator who set the universe in motion but does not intervene in human affairs. While deism does not provide specific religious doctrines about mercy, its principles and emphasis on rational ethical behavior allow for an understanding of mercy as a moral virtue. Here's how mercy might align with deist thought. Reason and compassion. Deists value reason as the basis for ethical living. Acts of mercy, such as forgiveness or alleviating suffering, can be seen as rational choices that promote harmony and improve relationships within society. And who doesn't want that? All right, next up, recognition of shared humanity. Kind of what we're shooting for in the commonalities. Deism encourages individuals to reflect on the natural order and recognize their interconnectedness with others. This perspective may inspire a sense of compassion and mercy toward fellow human beings. Okay. Moral responsibility. Since deists believe that humans are responsible for their own moral decisions, they may view mercy as a personal and ethical obligation. Extending mercy to others aligns with the ideas of living virtuously and contributing to the well-being of society. All right. Natural law as a foundation for mercy. Deists see natural law as evidence of a creator's design. Mercy, as a practice that upholds justice tempered by compassion, could be considered part of living in accordance with this natural order. Yeah, I'd like to expand on that some, but we'll go with that for now. Although deism does not prescribe specific religious teachings about mercy, its emphasis on reason, reflection, and ethical behavior provides a framework for understanding and practicing mercy as a universal human value. Yeah, I like that one. Okay, another biggie that we need to address these days in the commonalities: justice and fairness. Deism, as a belief system, emphasizes the existence of a creator who set the universe in motion, but does not intervene in human affairs. Because of this, deists generally focus on natural law and reason rather than divine guidance to understand concepts like justice and fairness. Here's how deism relates to these ideas. Justice as a natural principle. Deists believe that justice arises from universal natural laws that can be discovered through reason. These principles are seen as inherent to the order of the universe rather than dictated by religious scriptures or supernatural interventions. Okay? Human responsibility. Since the Creator does not intervene in human affairs, deists emphasize human responsibility for creating just and fair societies. Justice is seen as a human endeavor rooted in rationality, ethics, and fairness rather than a divine mandate. Equality and individual rights. Many deists, particularly during the Enlightenment, championed individual rights and the idea that all humans are equal in the eyes of natural law. Justice and fairness are tied to respecting these rights and fostering equality. That seems like a good one. Moral philosophy. Deism often aligns with ethical principles that prioritize fairness, equity, and the common good. It does not prescribe specific moral laws, but encourages individuals to use reason and empathy to determine what is just and fair. Respect and kindness. Another of the commonalities here. Deism, a philosophical belief system that emerges during the Enlightenment, emphasizes reason, observation of the natural world, and the belief in a creator who does not intervene in human affairs. While deism does not prescribe specific doctrines or moral codes, it promotes principles of respect and kindness as part of a rational and ethical life. Okay. Key ideas related to respect and kindness in deism include moral autonomy. Deists believe that humans are capable of discerning right from wrong using reason and conscience. Respect and kindness are seen as logical and beneficial virtues that contribute to harmonious living and the well-being of society. Natural law. Deists often look to the natural world as a source of moral guidance. The interconnectedness observed in nature encourages a sense of responsibility and respect for all living beings. Okay, I can go with that one. Human dignity. The belief in a creator who designed A rational and ordered universe inspires a respect for human life and individuality. Kindness aligns with the idea of treating others with fairness and dignity. All right, next up, pragmatic ethics. Deists value practical, rational approaches to ethics. Acts of kindness and respect are viewed as essential to fostering trust, cooperation, and progress within communities. Since deism lacks centralized text or specific commandments, its views on respect and kindness are rooted in individual reasoning and a commitment to ethical principles derived from observing the natural order. Okay. Next up in the commonalities is gratitude. All right. Deism, tell me if you've heard this before, as a philosophical belief, holds that a creator exists but does not intervene in the world after its creation. While it lacks formal doctrines or practices, gratitude plays a significant role in the worldview of many deists. Here's how gratitude may be approached in the context of deism. Gratitude for the creator. Biggie. Deists often express gratitude to the creator for the universe and the natural laws that sustain it. This appreciation is grounded in the recognition of the order, beauty, and complexity of creation. It certainly is complex and beautiful and has an order to it. Anyway, reverence for nature. Reverence for nature. Nature is central to deism, and gratitude is often directed toward the natural world as a manifestation of the Creator's work. Experiencing awe and thankfulness for the environment aligns with deist principles. Personal reflection. Deists typically embrace an individual approach to spirituality, so gratitude is often personal and reflective. It may involve acknowledging life's blessings without formal rituals or prescribed prayers. Reason and responsibility. I like those two together. Gratitude in deism is tied to reason and moral responsibility. Being thankful for life and the world can inspire ethical behavior, such as protecting nature and treating others with respect. Boy, I go along with every bit of that. Celebration of human agency. Deists emphasize human agency and the ability to shape one's destiny. Gratitude may extend to the opportunities and freedoms that life provides, encouraging individuals to live meaningful lives. In essence, gratitude in deism is a deeply personal, reasoned response to the wonders of existence and the Creator's design, inspiring reverence for the world and ethical living. All right, next up on the commonality chart, charity and generosity. Deism, as a philosophical belief in a creator who set the universe in motion but does not intervene in human affairs, values charity and generosity as part of human responsibility and ethical living. While deism lacks formal doctrine, it promotes these virtues through reason, morality, and recognition of the shared bonds between people. Here's how charity and generosity align with deist thoughts. All right, moral responsibility. Deists believe in the use of reason to discern moral obligations. Charity and generosity are seen as rational and ethical acts that reflect humanity's shared responsibility to care for one another. Very good sentiment right there, I would say. Gratitude for creation. Deists often express deep appreciation for the Creator's gift of life and the natural world. This sense of gratitude can inspire acts of generosity towards others as a way of honoring the interconnectedness of all life. All right, autonomy and empowerment. In deism, charity is not about imposing control or dependence, but about empowering others to lead fulfilling lives. Deists may emphasize support that uplifts and enables self-sufficiency. Next up, natural law and justice. Deists uphold natural law as a guiding principle for ethical behavior. Generosity and charity are considered ways to promote balance, fairness, and harmony within society. Human agency. Deism places responsibility on human beings to create a just and compassionate world. Acts of charity and generosity are seen as means of contributing to societal progress and addressing inequalities. In essence, Deism views charity and generosity as a natural extension of human reason and moral responsibility, reflecting care for others and a commitment to justice. All right, next up on the commonalities, last but not least, and boy, it needs a lot of work, truthfulness. Let's see what Deism says about that. In Deism, truthfulness is regarded as an important virtue rooted in reason, integrity, and respect for the natural order established by the Creator. While Deism lacks formal doctrine, here's how truthfulness aligns with its principles. Reason and truth. Deism emphasizes reason and evidence as the paths to understanding the world and living ethically. Truthfulness is valued as a rational and honest way of engaging with reality. Integrity and authenticity. Truthfulness reflects personal integrity and authenticity. Deists strive to align their thoughts, words, and actions with sincerity, as this fosters trust and mutual respect in human relationships. Respect for the natural order. Deists view the natural world as a creation of the divine and believe that living truthfully honors the order and laws of nature. Human responsibility. In Deism, humans are seen as responsible for cultivating morality and ethical behavior. Truthfulness is essential for maintaining social harmony and ensuring justice. Avoiding falsehoods. Boy, that's a biggie these days. Lying is seen as a detriment to personal integrity and societal trust. Boy, that's a great sentence right there. Deists value honesty as a way to create a better and more just world. Yeah, I'll go with that too. In essence, truthfulness in Deism is intertwined with the commitment to reason, morality, and harmony, reflecting both a personal and collective responsibility. All right, we've gone through Deism and how it relates to the commonalities and positive aspects. So we'll use this as reference in the future. And anyways, I hope you got something out of that. I certainly learned a lot by reading up on this and doing the research on it. And so I hope you'll tune into the next video. Again, I'm not asking for donations. If you want to donate in the name of the commonalities to your favorite charity, I would sure appreciate that. And of course, like and subscribe. But again, this video was more for a reference point, and I will be using it in future videos to discuss how different religions relate to the commonalities. So that's it for today. I hope you have a great one. And thanks again for tuning in. Please like and subscribe and all that fun stuff. And I'll be back tomorrow with another video.